Hi class, today we're going to be looking at how humans have impacted the environment and also the term biodiversity, and this is chapter 22 section 1. This is our last set of notes, and so many of you will be very happy to hear that, I'm sure. Biodiversity is, if you take a look at that word, diverse means that we have lots of variety, and bio means life. So this is the variety of forms of life in an area. It's measured by our species diversity, or the number of unique species in an area. And it's measured by genetic diversity, looking at how much genetic variation is there in that community. Human influence are things like pollution, where you put substances that cause unintended harm into the air, water, or soil. And a lot of our human activities disrupt the ecosystem. So some possible effects: smog, acid precipitation, ozone thinning, global warming, land and water pollution. Biomagnification is a big word for basically how this human impact, the things that we put into our environment, affect other living things. So it's caused by the pollution of humans and just disposing of waste, sewage, unused materials, chemicals that are released from factories. And these chemicals and things that waste are often toxic and can cause cancer. While they may not always be directly harmful, they can cause damage to the ecosystem. So biomagnification occurs when these chemicals enter the ecosystem and they get more concentrated in an organism that is higher on the food chain. So what happens is they end up kind of scattered in an ecosystem, maybe in the water or something like that. And then the fish absorb that, and then birds eat the fish, and then something might eat the bird, or as you can see there, the larger fish eat the smaller fish, and then eventually it will get to the humans based on things that they eat, or larger things on the food chain like us. And that chemical that was once really dispersed and didn't seem like it was much of an effect is now in a higher concentration in that final organism. If you look in the picture here, I thought I had one more picture, it didn't seem to be in here. We have a chemical that's applied, and you can see it's 0.02 parts per million. The plankton absorb it, herbivorous fish absorb it when they eat, they take it in. You can see the number has now gone up to 300 parts per million. The larger organisms take that in, and then even the largest organisms will take that in. And you can see now that it's 1,000,000 parts per million in the birds and humans. So it greatly affects the larger organisms as they eat some of those smaller organisms that have absorbed the chemical. We will do a lab on this, a little virtual lab in class, so we can practice with this a little bit more.